guys, welcome back to my channel, and if you're new, welcome to my channel. For those who don't know, my name is Martha. I am a single mom of a little boy, Sebastian, and if you saw my last video, I am also currently 12 weeks pregnant with my second baby. So, which leads me into this video. I wanted to kind of do a life update to let you guys know what's been going on and tell you a little bit more about the baby and my future plans for when the baby comes. So with that, I'm gonna just jump right into the video. So before I begin, I have notes because since this is my official first video in a while, I wanted to make sure I covered everything I was planning on talking about. And I have mom and pregnancy brain, so I'm all over the place. So with that, the first thing I have is basically what I've been doing with my life for the last 3 months. If you go to my third video, most recently posted, about 3 months ago, I did a shopping haul before I moved to Wisconsin. I'm currently back in Manitowoc, Wisconsin, where I met my son's father. I thought that it would be a good idea to move up here for him and so my son could be around his family. I'm not going to get too much into it, but I quickly realized that's not a good idea, but I cannot currently leave. So I'm kind of just stuck with living here and trying to make the best of my life. Currently I am looking for work. I do have a job.
However, I don't like the hours, and it's very draining on the fact that I didn't work for a year, and I'm also pregnant.
So I still go to work, but I'm just trying to find something first or second shift that will just be easier on me. I am also focusing on counseling. I started a lot of groups and I went back to therapy. I believe in some of my older videos, I talked about my depression and mental illness because the pregnancy with Sebastian was taking a toll on my mental health, and I was planning on going back to therapy, but I just never did. So when I moved up here, I finally decided to come back, and so far I've been working a lot on self-care. I've been really pushing myself to do things that I really like to do. I'm gonna start posting a lot more, document my pregnancy a lot more. I wish I would have done that with Sebastian, but I never did, just because I was working full-time third shift, and by the time I got to normal shifts, I was already 8 or 9 months pregnant. So I really didn't want to start filming more. It's been snowing lately because I live in the Midwest and it's November. I was going to the beach and the zoo that's right down the street from me and going on walks, so that was very helpful. And just kind of relaxing and cooking, or other ways I was doing self-care. So yeah, now I'm just kind of rambling, so I'm really sorry about this topic. Okay, so because I'm really bad at making segues into different topics in my sit-down videos, I'm just gonna jump into the next topic, so I apologize for that. The next topic, because anyone who's been following my channel is probably wondering who the father is of this baby. I'm gonna bring that up later, but I wanted to be clear, it's not Caleb, who is Sebastian's father, which is very hard for him to understand. I mean, he's smart, he gets it. It's just our divorce was not finalized when I got pregnant, so he's very hurt, and I was very shocked that I got pregnant because this was not planned. So when it comes to our divorce, I wanted to be with Caleb. You know, I thought about growing old with him. I fell in love with him before I even knew him. I just think we were very young. I was 19 when we met, and he was 24. And then we got married when I was 20, and he was I want to say 26. I think it turned 25 right before we got married. Doesn't make sense. Guys, I don't know how old my husband is. Okay, so he was about 26 and I was 20 when we got married. So we were very young still. I think we fell in love with the idea of being married, having a spouse, having a family. That we didn't really try to make it work. I grew up with parents who, no matter what, they were a team. It didn't seem like they had to work at a marriage at all. So being married and having to work with Caleb to make a successful relationship and family kind of baffled me. I mean, I know you have to work at relationships, but it just seemed like I was working too hard at it. So right now, the divorce is kind of at a standstill because where we live, because I fell pregnant while married, even though we were going through a divorce, until the baby is born, we cannot get divorced until we establish paternity. So until that, we're kind of just separated, but we can't move forward. So until May of 2020, there is really nothing we can do. We're kind of just stuck. Which is kind of stressful, but it is what it is, you know? How does he feel about it? That was actually a question my friend asked me, how Caleb feels about me being pregnant. He was very mad at first. He was very hurt. Understandable. I mean, even though we weren't planning on staying married, legally I'm still his wife, and now I'm pregnant to another guy. So I keep looking down. I struggle with my thoughts and like how to word things. Now that I'm 12 weeks and 4 days pregnant, he's actually a lot more understanding. I don't think understanding is the right word. He is caring a lot more. I don't know if it's because he's in prison or because he's finally understanding that, yes, this is another man's baby, but this is also his son's sibling and my baby. So whenever he calls me, it's, if I answer, he's very sweet to ask me how I'm feeling, what I'm doing, asking how Sebastian is. So I am very blessed that he is kind of coming around, even if it's just while he's in prison, because I want to make co-parenting and family work. Which brings me into the topic I know a lot of you are waiting for me to talk about, and my favorite thing that I'm going to be talking about in this video, because it's a happy time, is baby number 2. So basically, I'm going to take time in this video to explain basically when I found out, all the symptoms I'm having up till 12 weeks, and just all the fun little tidbits and facts about pregnancy. So I found out, technically I found out September 16th, which was 6 days past ovulation. So I actually conceived on September 10th, because I finally got an ultrasound to get the dates. But yes, I got a very, very faint line on September 16th with the 88 cent test at Walmart, and I had to wait like till after the 10 minutes to like almost an hour for the line to show up. I could kind of see something in the time frame, but it was so faint. And those tests are really for like the day of your missed period. So, you know, I didn't expect to actually get a line. I was actually feeling that I wasn't pregnant, and I was just taking a test to rule it out. Anyway, so I started testing every single day for a week because the lines were so faint. I kept testing on the 88 cent test, and like I still had to wait longer. Finally, I asked my roommate, because she went out, to go pick up a test for me. And I was like, don't get the 88 cent test, get like the next cheapest one, but a little more expensive. So she got one that was like early response, not first response though. It was a blue dye.
Which I know a lot of people will say, don't use blue dye. I've had a lot of false positives with first response, early reader, or early response, whatever it is, and other pink dye tests.
So I was going into the shower when she got home, and I was like, oh, just pass me the test. So I took a test, and within seconds a line showed up. But it was so faint, I was like, is this real, or is this like an evap line? So I ran out into the kitchen, and I asked my roommate if she saw a line. She had kind of hold it up a little bit, and she's like, holy crap, you're pregnant. So even after that, I continued to test. I went to go get a digital, and it came up positive, which is the thumbnail picture. I was really shocked because the two tests on the thumbnail came in the same box, and the line was so faint, and I know you need more HCG hormone to get a positive on a digital. I'm gonna stop ranting about that. Sorry. So I did have some symptoms before I tested, but I thought it was just me getting sick. So with Sebastian, I didn't know this was a symptom. I was going to the bathroom a lot, almost every hour. And I was waking up in the middle of the night to go to the bathroom. And I started doing that again, and I just thought, oh, like, you know, it's just happening. Maybe I have a UTI. And then I was eating a lot, and I was just like always hungry. I'm a night owl. So I usually go to bed around like 11 o'clock midnight, and I was falling asleep when I'd get home around like 8 p.m., 7 p.m., and you couldn't wake me up. So I was like, this doesn't sound right. That's when I was like, I'm gonna go take a test to just rule it out, because I was feeling sick. So I was like, maybe I have a cold, maybe I have the flu, maybe I have a UTI, but because I have to go to a doctor, let's test out, see if I'm pregnant. But I know I'm not. So the next part is how I found out. So like I said, I was thinking about the symptoms that I was having, and I kind of connected two and two with Sebastian. That's why I thought to rule it out, was because I was having the same stuff I was having with Sebastian around the same time. And I was getting very, very, very faint lines for 4 to 5 days before I got an actual positive for sure. So I was very shocked that I texted my best friend, and she's like not really my best friend, but she is someone I confide in. She has a little girl, and Sebastian and her daughter are about like 3 months apart. So, and we have a lot of mutual friends, so we talked a lot. We've had a lot of play dates. Right. I went to her wedding, and I filmed her wedding. So if you guys want to check that out, I'll put the link in the description. And so I messaged her because I told her if I ever got pregnant again, I want her and her husband to be the godparents of this baby. So she was in shock. She thought I was crazy, and then I sent her the picture, and she was in disbelief. Shortly after that, I tried to keep it a secret, but somehow after that it got out to some of Caleb's family, and I had to share it before my mom found out from other people. So I wasn't planning on sharing until I was 12 weeks. But because people talk, I shared around 4 or 5 weeks pregnant that I was pregnant. So I was debating on talking about this because it does make me sound really cheap. At the time I got pregnant, I didn't know who the father was. I slept with 3 guys roughly around the same time, and I genuinely had no idea who got me pregnant. So imagine having to call 3 guys and tell them, hey, you might be fathering my baby. Not really my brightest moment. All 3 guys were not involved. The first guy told me he can't have kids, which I do believe. The second guy told me he had a vasectomy, so he couldn't have kids, but he has a daughter. And the third guy told me that his sperm count is so low he can't have kids. And he has a kid as well. So it was a little weird, but when I did go to the doctor for a scan, I got my data conception. So the guy who said he had a vasectomy, he's the father of the baby. I will be getting a DNA test when the baby's born, just to prove to him and everybody else, because there are rumors that he is not the father. And I mean, obviously I don't want him to question it if he is. So in the beginning they were not involved at all. The guy, I explained to him about the data conception and how pregnancy tests work and how like due dates work with like your last period. And he admitted to me that he never had a vasectomy, and he's actually come around. He's really excited. He's hesitant, but understandable. So we'll just see how. So if you guys watch my pregnancy announcement, at the end of the video, it says that I am due May 2020. I am due May 30th. My doctor believes I will be early because Sebastian was early. I don't know if that actually is a thing, but we will see. I'm so happy my baby's due in May. I always said, because I don't know if I want to have more than 2. I've always talked about having 3 or 4 in total, but because I do plan on stopping for many years, I wanted my fall baby and I wanted a summer baby. And I'm getting like right between spring and summer, which is like my dream. So I'm good to stop. Even if I wasn't having a fall or a spring summer baby, I would be stopping, because like I said, this baby was not planned, and oh well. I'm really, really hoping for a girl. I don't know what I'm having yet. I do plan on having a gender reveal video and party. Nothing too special, nothing too elaborate, just probably a cake with pink or blue food coloring. I did talk to the father, and he said he really wants a boy because he has a daughter and I have a son. So obviously we really want the opposite. Up until now, I was really thinking I was having a girl. And I don't know, there's something in me today that is telling me I'm having a boy. Which obviously, and I'm going to be real with you guys, gender disappointment is a real thing. I would be happy with either. I'm just really hoping for my girl. So I do think now it's a boy, but I'm still hoping I have a daughter. Which, as you can kind of figure from me saying that the father is not around, I am not in a relationship. I technically am because I'm still married to Caleb, but I am not with the father, I am not really seeing anybody, kind of just doing my own thing, which it's really upsetting. It really sucks, but at the same time, you can't really rely on anybody. You can only rely on yourself, so I'm just doing what I gotta do. I had this debate with the father and Sebastian's dad about the last name of this baby. Because I am married, well, even not because I'm married, I am probably gonna give the last name Holmes, which is my last name, until the father can kind of step up, which I'm hoping will be a lot sooner, or until I get a DNA test, because a lot of people have been giving me hate for wanting to give this baby their dad's last name, simply because we're not together and they don't think it's right, but they also don't think I should give the last name Holmes. They think I should give my maiden name, but at the same time, Holmes is my legal last name. Even if and when I get divorced, I am not changing my last name back to Anderson. It's going to be Holmes. So there's really no point in giving my second baby my maiden last name. Plus, I did talk to Caleb, and he said he's more than fine with me giving the baby the Holmes last name. So yeah, that was me rambling on for God knows how long about my pregnancy and my update. I will be planning to film more. I will probably put on my Instagram when I figure out a film and upload schedule. I have a list of video ideas that I plan on working on, so bear with me, guys. I don't know what video I'm gonna do next. Alright, so with that, I am going to end this video. Hopefully it's gonna be an easy video to edit, because I really dread editing videos. I will let you guys know when I plan to film more. If you like this video, give it a thumbs up. Don't forget to subscribe and hit the post notifications to get updates on more videos like this, and to follow my pregnancy and be part of my family. And with that, I hope you guys have a great night, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Bye.